So I turned down a potential job today for some voiceover work because I refused to Zoom. I don't know how to Zoom. Zoom calls, whatever. I just said, no, just give me a call in the email. Just give me a call. And they said, no, we need to Zoom. And my question for voiceover is why? You see my picture, you see my headshot, you see, you've heard the stuff I've done before. Your boy's done video games. Let's go. So it's weird, and I kind of go, I just need a phone call. And also, here was the problem too, is I'm willing to send over. I think this production company, now this is a small production company, I think they are naive to the fact that sending voice over, because what they want to do is constantly send the video and I voice over it. And it's for a cartoon. And we can do that. Also, the money wasn't that much either. But it just seemed like a problem. You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of tell sometimes when these people will not give me a call. They wouldn't, it's weird. Like, they won't call me. I go, just go ahead and give me a call, and they send an email, then they want to Zoom. That's really odd too. And I go, yeah, I don't Zoom, to be honest. I don't even know how to do that. But if you just want to give me a phone call, we can do that. And I suppose, I know their number. I can look up their company, but it was weird that so I kind of just go, maybe I'm just getting ornery in my old age. I was just kind of going, fuck it. Forget it. Not going to do it. So I just, I go, guys, if I'm not going to get a phone call, I'll pass. Thank you. And I was also in a mood too. Was doing a bunch of shit this morning that I'm failing at. But yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things. So I'm kind of over it. I think I didn't want to do the project anyways. You always need cash, but it does seem like a long project for just a little bit of cash. And I've done a few of those things where I've passed up a couple bucks, because for one, I couldn't drive to Simi Valley at 4 a.m. to do a scene, where I don't even know if I'm in the scene. I'll just be sitting on set. And I don't know, it seemed irritating to me, although the money was pretty good, so you probably should shut the fuck up about it. And I did do those, but yeah, there is something to it, man. I do believe, especially if any of you guys are familiar with acting or anything like that, and especially if you're not the top billed actor, there's a lot of sitting. There's a lot of just sitting on set, just waiting. Now, it's kind of cool, now that we have cell phones, what I start doing, I do a lot of writing, while I'm waiting. I do some writing, but I gotta be honest, I had a podcast about that earlier, about being bothered. On set, people bother you a lot, and you try to be friendly, but they bother you a lot, man. They just do. Ugh. And it's very, very woke. You know what I mean? If you guys know what that means, it's very woke. So it's really odd, and they use actor words and Hollywood words and comedian words, and and musician words, and it's silly rather than just talking to you like a human being. Like, where's the booze? What's funny is I'm gonna start bringing booze with me on set. Why not? Fuck it. Just have some fun. By the time it's my scene, my stomach's all full of beer, and I'm ornery and hammered. That'd be funny. But yeah, so I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. It's weird. I don't like it. Give me a phone call. And it's weird to do stuff where I want to go in studio to do the work. I'm not liking these at-home video auditions, and The voiceover auditions, I don't mind doing at home. That's easy, obviously, for me. But the in studio or video auditions, I hate. They're dumb. They're dumb. I do better in the room. You know, and it's fun. I enjoy auditioning. I know a lot of people don't, but I actually enjoy it. I had a smart actor one time tell me, a actor and film director told me, he goes, look, because I was all upset because one time I went in for a audition for this show, and I thought I killed it. I killed it, and it turns out they had no idea of hiring me. What they were just going to use was my reel. They were going to use my audition to train their already actor friend that they had already in this film or in this show. And it was like an action show. I don't know if they even made it, but yeah, it was and that kind of pissed me off. And I was telling my buddy here, I was telling him what happened. He goes, "Oh man, that happens a lot. That happens a lot where they have no intention in hiring any actors. They already have their actor, but they're looking for ideas. They're looking for other actors to bring in ideas." And I go, "It's kind of smart. I admire the hustle, but irritating if I wasted my time and was in West Hollywood all day waiting for this stupid audition." So, when I waste my time, that really pisses me off. I get really mad about my time being wasted, even when I waste my own time. So it's like, I went in for that audition and blah, blah, blah. But my friend and director told me that, look, just go in and give them a performance. Never mind if you get the role, but look, give them a performance. You like performing, right? So go ahead. Okay, so I like that, so I'm having fun with that. But what it brings me to some of these auditions, man, I start to get irritated because I'm waiting forever or whatever, and I'm busy. I run my own business, so I gotta get rolling. I gotta get moving. I got things to do. And people can irritate you. As you guys know, I get irritated fairly quickly sometimes. So, especially in audition rooms, there's 50 dudes that look kind of like you, trying to get the role that you're supposed to get. But so I was in this audition room, and it turns out that I had the wrong sides. Sides are sides is the small script you're supposed to get for the audition. So you come in and memorize or work off script, how do you want to do it. But so it turns out it was the wrong character. And the casting director that was in there yelled at his intern or assistant about fucking up the sides. And he went storming out, and he comes back and gives me the right sides and goes, "Do you want 5 minutes to go out and read it?" And I go, yeah, but I was irritated on, plus it was like a hipster casting director, hair combed forward into an eye. Sucks. This guy sucks, man. So, he's got this hipster casting director with two phones in front of him, and he's yelling at this poor girl who's probably fresh out of film school or college or something that's working for him. And she's shaking almost to tears, it looks. She was a young girl, So I got to sneeze again. Hold on. Excuse me. So, yeah, so he goes, so he goes storming out. And I go out. He gives me 5 minutes. Okay, gives me 5 minutes and calls another actor in to do the role. And so now I got to learn these lines. But I got to be honest, I'm irritated at the whole process. I'm irritated. So when he was out there getting me the script, I took his two phones and I hid it in the couch. So we got the little couch, the quote unquote casting couch. And I took the phones and I put it in the things. And I thought it would make the assistant. I thought it would make the assistant and the cameraman in there laugh. I thought they would laugh because he really gave it to this assistant. And she was shaking. And I didn't like it. I didn't like what was going down. Those mistakes happen, whatever. I mean, and what I think what made me mad, not so much that he yelled at this girl and I'm some hero, but he was throwing me off my game. Plus, I worked hard on these sides, so I wasted a lot of time, and he was throwing me off. So I decided to hide his phones, and so he comes storming back. And what's funny is I go out, come back in, and I'm looking like, all right, let's see how this goes down. Let's see if he's pissed off that I took his phones. It almost seemed like he didn't even notice. He didn't even notice his phones. You think a hipster would go straight to the phones and start scrolling when they're angry, start scrolling through TikTok or something. So, but no, nothing. He's like, you ready? You ready? He's still irritated, and I'm irritated. I go, yeah, man, let's roll. And I gave the worst fucking audition in the world. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. And I just left. And I bet you I got the assistant fired by hiding those phones. Hopefully not. Like, I felt kind of bad about it. But it was one of those days, man. It was one of those fucking days. But it was funny to hide his phones because I was hiding his two stupid little phones. And who knows what they're for because he's so important. And when I'm doing it, you see the assistants like looking at me like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Like her eyes are big and she's almost shaking that I'm doing this. And I'm going, ha, 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 I'm laughing. Like I thought it'd be funny and playful. But you forget sometimes when people take things so serious, and your job is serious. But when they take it so serious that it's like, it's really not that big a deal, Like I thought he'd hit me for it. And I'd be like, I don't know, man. You're getting warmer. you're getting warmer. Like where he's looking for the phones and to see if the cameraman rats me out. I'd be like, and then I'd cop to it. I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm just playing with you. Like what's this little hipster casting director going to do? Get angry at me? Not hire me for the job that he's probably not going to hire me for anyways. So, but anyways, so I did the worst audition. I just read the sheet. I didn't even memorize anything and got through it, walked out. Just like, thanks guys, later. Hope to never see you again in life. And I walk out the building, get in my car, and, for this audition, I'm wearing a suit. I look good. Look smooth. I'm wearing a suit. To be honest, I forget exactly what the role was, actually. I totally forget because I was dressed wrong because that wasn't my role anyways. But so I get in my car. I'm about to bail. I'm in the meter that's right next to the building right off of Wilshire in West LA. And I go to back up. I didn't even see this other hipster dude. And I back up and I go, oh. And I screech. I go, oh, sorry about that, man. You know what I mean? I was like, shit, I didn't even see it. Oh my God, I'm sorry. And he stands with his hands like out, like over by the trunk of my car because I almost backed over him. And he's got his hands out, going like, what the fuck, man? He didn't say anything. He's just going, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I go, hey, I'm I'm sorry. Sorry about that, buddy. And he's still standing there. And then I lean my head out kind of like towards the, and I go, or I can knock your ass out. Do you want that? Get the fuck out of the way. And so he like fucking finally like slowly moves out of the way like, oh shit. Like, all right, man, I'll just move out the way. And I'm going, what's going on with hipsters here on Wilshire Boulevard? What's happening? What's happening? Is it me in the suit? So you think I'm like a square or something? Is that what you guys are all upset about? I'm just like, look, just trying to get through an audition. Go back home, feed my dogs, go look for more work. You know what I'm saying? And I got this hipster trying to do this thing. It was an honest mistake. Sorry, buddy. I didn't see you. I didn't come that close to you. Sorry about that. Didn't see you. And he was doing this thing. I was like, or I could just knock your ass out. You know what I mean? Do you want to keep doing that? Or so it's like, I think what's happening is these guys aren't catching a slap. You know what I mean? Like when I was that age, I would have caught a slap, I think, from an older gentleman. I would have. There had been no sorry about that. They would just slap the shit out of you. Get out of the way. I think these sissies aren't catching a slap. Now check this out. I definitely got maybe karma coming towards me because on my way home, I blew a tire. Yep, blew a tire. And I go, of course. It was one of those days, man. One of those days in Los Angeles. One of those days. Bad audition. Bad hipster fucking with you. Blow a tire. Trying to get back home to North Hollywood. And for you guys that don't know, I'm in West LA. For the audition, I live in North Hollywood. It's not far away at all. It really isn't. But traffic is such a beast. Traffic is such a bitch, man. And it'll take forever to get back home. It's brutal. That's why it's almost worth it to get a LA Fitness membership, because there's a lot of LA Fitnesses around the world, around America, and you can just stop and use the bathroom, get a sandwich, whatever, work out, let the traffic die down, whatever. That's important. But yeah, I blew a tire, man. I was like, of course. So look, I got AAA, get that handled. Go in the Starbucks, get me something nice, and sit in traffic and go home. But I'm going, what was that day? What did that mean? Why is this day fucking with me? That was crazy. Yeah, like it just dawned on me. Like, it was weird. Like, people just aren't catching a slap, man. I think that's it. I think when you're being an asshole, you gotta catch one. And I think people are getting away without getting slapped. I'm not saying everybody's an asshole. I'm not saying get killed or anything, but oh my God. Like, I have stories upon stories of just assholes that have fucked with me that I decided to follow. Like, you'll regret it now, don't you? You know what I mean? You regret it now, don't you? So it's one of those things where, especially like in the car, where people think they're very safe in this car. And, you never know who you're fucking with these days. And I'm not saying I'm a crazed lunatic, but sometimes you can be. And there's been a few times, and I'm going to say a whole handful of times for me, where somebody has sped by, flipped me off, or on purpose yelled at me, or laid on the horn forever while I'm just trying to back out or something. I'll follow that motherfucker. I'd be like, hold on. And this is true. I got one guy. I pulled up. I go, you got a problem, son? You got a problem? You're over here laying on the horn. Well, you're taking forever to back. Yeah, I'm taking forever, man. I couldn't see out. I couldn't see around my peripheral. Want to make sure I didn't hit anybody. So when I started to yell, I go, start being nice. Be nice, or I'm gonna fuck you up. You understand? It's just like, and you see him slink in a little bit. Like, and I've had a few of those in my life where that's happened. Like, it's ridiculous. Here's a good one. Here's a funny one. Talking about more hipsters. I was walking home late from the bar in Hollywood, and it was a little chilly, so I'm wearing my pea coat and boots, and I got my bum gloves on. The gloves you got, and then you cut the fingers off, fingerless gloves. And like a car full of dumb hipsters come driving by, go, hey, punk rock is dead. Nice bum gloves, you fucking fag. Right? And now this is probably, to be honest, I don't even know if he called me a fag. He called me something. Kept saying punk rock's dead. I think I added fag because I don't think hipsters use the F word. But yeah, so what happened is, check it out. So I'm yelling back, fuck you, right? And this is late at night. I'm walking home from a loaded bar, I think, by myself, and I lived off of Franklin. And anyway, so check it out. They get stuck at the light. The light's long right there on Franklin and Highland. They got stuck at the light. So I go running towards the car, and I'm like, let's go, get out. And there's 4 of them in there. They're all freaked out. So I start giving the car the old the boot. I start smashing the car with my boots. I got Doc Marten boots on, steel toes, baby. My ox blood starts smashing into the side of that shitty car. And I'm like, get out. You want to yell now? Get out. They're all mad, and now the driver of the car is all angry at the passenger who yelled it at me, because it was probably just the one guy being a dick. But I gave that car a boot sandwich. Then I took my my butterfly knife out and scraped around the car with it. And then they finally left. Now, they're lucky I didn't shank the tires, because then they would be stuck. But anyways, I'm not saying you should do that. I'm not saying any of that is good. I'm saying none of that is good, as I'm sitting here telling you. But it happened, and I did that. And they deserve that, because they're real pieces of shit. Real pieces of shit. Oh, yeah, and the dude threw a soda at me, too, by the way. Didn't come close to me, but he threw it at me. He's got no arm. He can't throw. So, and those are just multiple times, and I have friends that have fucked people up when those happens. Me, I gave you a few verbal assaults. I told one lady, this lady cut me off, then flipped me off. For really no reason. I'm telling you, for no reason. And this is also in Hollywood. I followed her, and then cut her off and got her stuck at a stop sign. And I walked up to her window and I said, "This window will not save you. It won't save you." And I had no intention of being mean to her, but I wanted to tell her, look, you gotta stop it. And usually they catch me on rough days, especially sitting in traffic. That's a rough day. Traffic makes you crazy. And I'm not even that much upset at these people, because I understand how much traffic makes you nuts, but you got to curb that, man. You got to be careful. I tell my mom that. I tell my girlfriend that. Please, you never know. Luckily, I'm not a complete psychopath where I'm actually going to hurt these people, but I do and did want to teach them a lesson. And hopefully it did. Hopefully it did teach this lady a lesson, because sometimes I'll see a family member, somebody I love, in these people that just made a mistake with me. And then you go, and then I go, okay, well, look, be nice to people. You don't need to screech on by and flip them off and go, fuck you, when you were just waiting at a light maybe too long. You don't need it, okay? You don't need it, so you got to stop. But yeah, I mean, I really believe some people just need to catch a smack. And, I definitely did in my time. Probably still going to catch a few. But I think those are important. I think it's important to give a smack a little bit. I'm not saying kill people. I'm not saying curb them against smash their teeth in or anything. I'm just, catch a little smack. Like, look, little shit. Shut the fuck up. Like that. I think that's what's going down these days. People are not, there's no potential for a fight anymore. I think people are allowed to just talk shit, and there's no potential for a fight. Where back in my day, if you were talking shit to me, that meant you wanted to fight me. That's what that meant. And I have a decision to make. I can either get into this fight with you, or I could let you talk shit. But that's what that means. It means that you want to fight me. You want to inflict harm to me or somebody I know. Now it's just, it's called trolling. Now it's called trolling. No, it's called being a bitch boy. Like if you're gonna talk shit on somebody, keep that same energy in front of their face. Think about that. I mean, I really think so. There's so much online shit talking that it's craziness. Crazy. And I almost go, good for the person. It starts to make me like the person they're talking shit to, because the person that was able to write a page and a half of how much they dislike this person that they've never met just by their little TikTok video, wherever the fuck. It's crazy. How do you have that time? That's crazy, man. I don't know how you have that time. But speaking of having no time, guys, I'm out of here. Cheers.